Good. Now, today I want us to talk about something interesting about Saccos. Very informative, very important, that you are supposed to know before you join any Sacco. And that's why you can see on my heading, these are 5 key enquiries to make before joining a Sacco. You know, you hear that Saccos normally give loans. You're supposed to go join a Sacco, and then after 6 months you apply for a loan, and then you start doing your business, bra 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 bra, and so on and so on. But again, unapata kuna watu wanafuatanga hiyo advice. Well and good, it's good because you're supposed to join a Sacco. For example, they are the best loans in financial institutions that give credit facilities. But before you join, there are things that you're supposed to know. Unaona, ukiingia tu kwa Sacco hivi, tuseme kama umeamua kujoin Stima Sacco ama whichever Sacco, Mwalimu Sacco, kama Kenya Police, kuna vitu nafaa ujiulize kwanza. Just go into that Sacco, go to the inquiry desk, sit down with that person, ask, kuwa na maswali zenye umeandika, ask this question, and these are the questions that I'm going to give you today, of which I call them 5 key enquiries or 5 questions. Very key, very important, that you're supposed to ask before you join that particular Sacco. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope at the end of this video, I'm going to help you. For example, if you're there thinking that you want to join a Sacco, and of course, I'm going to share with you the questions that you're going to ask. The first question is, ask what type of a Sacco is it? For example, you go to a Stima Sacco, waulize hii Sacco yenu ni Sacco ina gani? There are 2 types of Saccos. Kuna licensed deposit taking Saccos and authorized non-withdrawable deposit taking Saccos. When you hear about deposit taking Saccos that are licensed, deposit means that they can be able to accept deposits that you can be able to withdraw. They can be easily withdrawn or transacted, just like a bank account. And those deposits that you cannot be able to withdraw, but they are normally used as collateral, or for example, they are normally used as securities for applying the loan. And hizo ndo tunasikianga we multiply by 3, by 4, by 5, depending on the policies of the Sacco and the financial performance and the growth. But now, those are the first categories of Sacco. The second categories is non-withdrawable deposit taking Sacco. These are normally small Saccos. Hizi Saccos kidogo kidogo zenye hazijakuwa established sana sana, ndio hawananga transactional account, right? Ndio hawananga transactional account. So you can have the withdrawable, the withdrawable deposits, whereby you can be able to transact in your M-Pesa, just like the bank. And then you can have these ones that they are only authorized to operate non-withdrawable deposit. Kazi yao ni ku accept deposits. You cannot withdraw them, not unless you are withdrawing from the Sacco, but you can be able to access credit facilities there. That is the first question that you're supposed to ask. Now, the second question you're supposed to ask is the 2 types of accounts. Okay, we have said the first type of account is that account that you can be able to transact easily, and not all the Saccos that are going to have that account. The second question that you're supposed to ask is the 2 types of accounts, the other ones now, the share capital account and the deposits account. These ones are very important. Share capital and deposits. Share capital and deposits. You realize kuna watu huwa wanadanganywa. Unaenda una contribute pesa kwa Sacco, and then you put all your money in a share capital account, and then you forget, because these 2 accounts are very much independent, because whatever is here kwa deposits, it cannot come here, and whatever is here, it cannot go there. So kuna mtu anaambiwa, wewe enda convert all your money to share capital, and then you'll be receiving dividends and dividends and dividends, and then you watch your savings grow and so on and so on. Well, good, you are going to receive dividends, but remember, dividends are issued based on the performance of the company. So in financial management, it's not a must for dividends to be given. It is just some appreciations, or what we call them, the retained profits, or the excess of retained profits that are issued to the shareholders. But now unapata kuna watu wameweka pesa yao yote kwa share capital. Ukiweka do yako yote kwa share capital, what does it mean? When you want a loan, if you don't have money in your deposits, you cannot access a loan. Imagine having a share capital of 200,000 and the Sacco cannot give you a loan because you don't have deposits. Be very careful. So make sure that you are balancing the 2 the two. The reason why watu wataweka pesa mingi hapa kwa share capital, it's because unaambiwa share capital, when it comes to dividends, of course it has a higher rate, but when it comes to rebates, of course deposits zinakuanga na lower rate. Unapatanga hizi zinapeangwa na 10%, unaweza pata hata hizi zinapeanwa na almost 20%, 18%, 17% depending on the Sacco and the financial performance. So tena the issue of liquidity. The liquidity issue whereby you want to withdraw to access funds. Remember here, you can make a withdrawal and after 2 months, that is 60 working days, depending on the policies of the Sacco, you can be able to get your money. But when it comes to share capital, these are not refundable. Share capital is not refundable. What can you do? You can only transfer the money to another party. You can only transfer the money to another member or another person who want to join that particular Sacco. That is the only way you can be able to access. That's the only way you can be able to access your money. And normally, if you had, for example, 200,000, if you have 200,000 here, 200K, for you to transfer, because you are negotiating with someone else, you are not going to transfer the whole 200K. This person, you are going to sell this share capital at a discount. Maybe wauzie na 180,000 ndo wakubali kununua. So unapatanga, I don't know whether it's the fair value or the fair values. Now this one could be the carrying amount of the whatever the shares, but the fair value is going to be lower for you to do that transfer, because it's just an agreement between you, the transferor, and the transferee. But you find that the Sacco is not going to return this money. You can only transfer to another person, but deposits are refunded after 60 days. So unapata watu wengine, they don't have that information again. All right, so don't put all your money in a share capital account, because when it comes to liquidity, for example, you need it for urgency, it's not that easy to access it. You will actually have to go to the ground, look for someone that you can sell the shares. But when it comes to deposits, they are going to refund you after 60 days. All right. Now, the third thing that you are supposed to check is about loans. And I've talked about that loans. I've said that share capital is not going to give you a loan. This one is for membership. All right. But deposits huwa zinakuwa multiplied. They give you a loan. Now, for example, when you are joining, you are contributing, you are saving like 1,000. There are some Saccos now, depending on the policies, watakwambia now kwa sababu tumekupea loan, huwezi endelea hata sasa contribute 1,000. Now once we have given you a loan, there is a minimum contribution. Lazima ufikishe savings zako 5k. Unapata yeye mtu anapiga kelele, oh sijui nini. Now I was contributing 5,000, why are you telling me to contribute 10,000? And then you find it's a policy and you are never informed when you are joining. So just know the rules and the conditions of that particular Sacco. Go through them before you join. Uta contribute 500 yes wakati unaanza, but ukipewa loan kuna zingine zimeweka minimum to 5,000. That is the third thing. The fourth thing is about the exit of the Sacco. Wakati unataka kutoka huko, it's another procedure. Unaambiwa share capital again cannot be refunded. Deposits huwa zinakuwa refunded after 60 days. So unapata liquidity, si kitu unaweza tegemea. Kama ilikuwa emergency ya kama 1 week, you cannot depend on this. Itabidi source some money from somewhere else. Again, if you had guaranteed people and your shares are held, it's not that easy to exit, because you will have to request those people that you had guaranteed to replace you as a guarantor so that your shares can be freed, or else you wait for all those people to finish paying their loan so that your shares can be released. So sometimes Saccos kuingia ni rahisi, lakini kutoka inakuwa ni ngumu sana. So be very careful. I hope that information imekusaidia, and some other things that you're supposed to inquire. Kuna vitu zingine unafaa kuinquire, for example, guarantorship, exit plan, minimum savings, and I hope I've just discussed all of them. So ladies and gentlemen, check on that. We meet in our next video.